Hello, welcome to the channel. My name's Jack and I'm a London-based filmmaker. So today I'm going to be breaking down this setup and showing you how to create soft, even light that looks great on people. You can either use this for your own talking head sequences or use it for paid work such as client interviews and testimonials. So I'm going to jump behind the camera and show you my setup for creating soft, even light. Let's go. Your time is valuable, so if you'd just like to get a quick overview of the equipment I've used in this lighting setup, feel free to pause the video here. If you'd like a more detailed breakdown of why soft light is important and how each piece of equipment is being used, then continue watching. So first, a little bit of theory to give you some context. Soft light is essential when filming people, as it helps create a more flattering look that fills in details in faces that are commonly distracting, such as dark circles under the eyes, wrinkles, acne scars, and in my case, all three. There are a number of ways to achieve soft light, but we'll focus on three for this video. Number 1, place a large light source, for example a window, close to your subject. Number 2, shine a light source through diffusion material. And number 3, bounce a light source off a white surface. Now you can either use one or a combination of these things, and the more methods you use, the softer and more flattering your lighting will be. So for my primary or key light, I'm using the Aputure 300D Mark II, which I chose for its high light output. A light with a high output is needed when you plan to use multiple methods of softening the light, as I'm doing in this setup. This is because the more times you soften or diffuse your light source, the more the final output or brightness of the light will be reduced. The 300D is being bounced off the white ceiling and wall to initially soften the harsh light before travelling through a layer of diffusion fabric. As mentioned in the theory section, I'm using multiple methods of diffusing the light to achieve an even softer result. Now, when bouncing light off a ceiling, you need to watch out that it doesn't spill onto another area that you want to appear darker. In this example, after setting up my key light, I noticed it was spilling onto the background. To block the light and prevent this, I attached a piece of black material to the ceiling and diffusion frame with clamps, tape and Velcro. Black material absorbs light and can be used anytime you want to have greater control over your scene. See how the excess black material has been allowed to hang over the side of the diffusion frame. This helps stop the light travelling through the diffusion material from spilling onto the background. So using a strong key light above your subject can result in shadows in areas of the face and under the chin. If you're going for a moodier, more high contrast look, then this may be desired, but in my case I wanted a flatter, more even result. To achieve this, I bounced a generic LED panel and Aputure F7 light off a white reflector placed underneath. This effectively filled in the shadows and provided a more even light on the face. For my background, I wanted to experiment with adding texture using lighting. With this in mind, I used a Neewer SL60W and added masking tape to the reflector dish to create stylized strips of light on my background that look as though they could be coming from window blinds. So this is an important point. There are certain established ways of lighting, such as methods I use with my key and fill lights, but it's also important to have fun and experiment a little to find new and interesting ways to use your lighting. Finally, let's talk about the backlight, which can be used to help separate the subject from the background. In this example, I'm using two Aputure MC RGBW lights set to a desaturated blue colour. Now, blue is a great colour to use as a backlight, as it contrasts with orange skin tones and helps faces stand out. It's the same reason I'm sat in front of a blue wall with a blue t-shirt on. Note how the colour contrast instantly draws your eye to my face. Orange and blue are the most basic examples of complementary colours and have a tendency to be overused, so make sure you're using them in moderation. And if you'd like to learn more about other complementary colour schemes and colour theory in general, I've included a link to an excellent article in the video description. So that's how I create soft lighting in video. But how do you create soft lighting in video? Leave your comment below and let's have a discussion. If you're new here and you like what you see and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.